Sometimes you don't even have to speak. Your presence enters a room before your body does. Eyes shift, conversations stall, laughter dulls. Not because you're loud or threatening, but because something in you demands attention without asking for it. Carl Jung would say your aura is projecting your integrated self, your pain, your truth, your transformation. And in a world built on masks, your rawness is unfamiliar and unsettling. When your aura is powerful, it becomes a mirror, not the kind that flatters, but the kind that reveals. People see their own insecurities, their own contradictions, simply by standing near you. They might label you arrogant, distant, or intimidating, but these are just projections. Jung called it the shadow, the parts of ourselves we refuse to face. And when you've faced your shadow, you reflect theirs. That reflection can feel like a wound, even when you've said nothing. There's a certain heaviness to someone who has walked through fire and come out whole. Your silence speaks volumes, your eyes hold stories unspoken. When you've mastered your inner chaos, others feel the storm you've calmed inside. It humbles them, it unsettles them, because most people are still drowning in what you've already survived. And survival changes your energy. It anchors you in a way that makes others feel exposed. We live in a culture that rewards inauthenticity, smiles that lie, words that flatter, lives filtered through screens. But your aura, it doesn't play that game, it speaks truth. And truth, even when silent, disrupts illusions. People feel judged by your honesty, even if you never speak, because your existence reminds them of what they've abandoned within themselves. That's the paradox. You don't disturb them, their denial does. When you carry purpose in your energy, people feel it. There's something about the way you move, the way you observe, the way you speak only when needed. It's not ego, it's clarity. You've stopped chasing approval. You've stopped seeking belonging in shallow places. That detachment is magnetic, but also misunderstood. People can't place you in a box, and what can't be categorized becomes feared. Stillness used to be mistaken for weakness, but now it's your armor. You've learned that chaos doesn't deserve your energy. You don't react, you respond. You don't compete, you create. That composure unnerves people used to know is because in your silence, they hear everything they've tried to ignore. Stillness is power, and your aura holds that power without ever needing to prove. Surface conversations bore you. Small talk drains you. When your aura is powerful, you crave substance, connection, depth, and this thirst for authenticity creates distance between you and most people. Not because you're better, but because your soul demands more than what the world offers on its surface. That longing becomes energy, and that energy is often too much for those who live in shallowness. You carry scars that no one sees, but your aura remembers. It vibrates with the echoes of your battles. People sense your depth, your experience, and it makes them uncomfortable. Because pain is a teacher and you've graduated, most people are still trying to avoid the first lesson. When you've integrated your wounds, you no longer wear them, but they remain alive in your energy. Light isn't always warm. Sometimes it blinds. Your energy might radiate love, wisdom, and peace, but for some, that light is too bright. It exposes what they haven't healed. It reminds them of what they've avoided. And while your intentions are pure, your presence alone can be overwhelming. That's the paradox of growth. The more you shine, the more shadows you reveal. To walk with a powerful aura is to walk alone often. Because awakening separates you from the familiar, you no longer fit into rooms built on ignorance, into friendships fed by gossip, into habits fueled by numbness. You've awakened, and that awakening has a cost: solitude, misunderstanding, rejection. But it also brings peace, clarity, purpose. And when you finally embrace your aura fully, unapologetically, you realize that disturbing others is not a flaw. It's your truth, vibrating louder than their comfort zones. You were never meant to blend in. Your energy is not an accident. And if your aura disturbs others, maybe it's because their soul recognizes something they buried. Shine anyway, because your presence may be the mirror they've been avoiding, but it's also the light they secretly seek.